Hello, it's Precious again, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell for new videos. So to make this bralette, you need a 3.5mm crochet hook, and to let you know this is the continuation of the previous video. So to avoid confusion, please check it out. The link is down in the description box. I uploaded it just 5 days back. So this is just a reminder of the last row. So half double crochet in that last stitch, chain 1 and turn your work. So for the next row, you're going to make 10 half double crochets in 10 stitches, chain 1 and cut your work. So 1, 2, that's the second one, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So chain 1 and cut your work, and do the same for the other bra cap. So here they are. I finished one off camera, as you can see. And now we have to join them together with single crochets. Insert your hook through the first stitch from either sides, chain 1 to make it firm. You chain 1 to make it firm. Now single crochet in the next stitch, joining two together. So you're going to continue joining them with single crochets until the very last stitch. Chain 1 and cut your yarn. This is how your work should appear at this point. for this lower part, going to the back, you're going to chain 25 and you then cut your yarn. And for the other side, you're going to chain 25 as well, but you don't cut your work. I repeat, you don't cut your work for the other side. So for this side, I've chained 25 already, and I'll chain one extra and then into the second chain. That second chain from hook, I'll make my half double crochet, my single crochet. So you're going to single crochet in each chain until you reach the first brack up. So for this part, the only difference is you're going to make single crochets in stitches, not in chains. So continue making single crochets in those stitches until you reach the tricky part. I'll show you what to do next. So here is the only trick is get 2 loops from the top and make single crochet. So whenever you make 2 loops, that's a pair of 2 loops, you make single crochet. So follow that until you finish up with that hard part. So here continue with single crochets in each chain until the last chain. So chain 1 and turn your work, and for this row you're going to make it just like the previous row. So you're going to make single crochets in each stitch until the very last stitch. So after the last single crochet in the last stitch, you're going to chain 4 and turn your work. So for the next row we are going to make meshes. For this part, the stitch beneath the 4 chains is not going to be counted as a stitch. So from the next stitch you count it as 1, then into the second stitch you're going to make 1 double crochet, chain 1 and skip that next stitch. Into the second stitch again you're going to make a double crochet. So chain 1, skip that stitch, into the next make a double crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, into the next make a double crochet. So you're going to continue with this pattern until you finish this entire row. You chain 4 again and turn, but when you reach there, I will be there with you. Chain 4 and turn your work. Turn your work. Skip the chain on top of the space and make a double crochet in the stitch on top of the double crochet. I hope I've not confused you. Chain 1, skip that space, then on top of that double crochet in the stitch you're going to make a double crochet. So continue making double crochet with chains, with one chain after another until you finish the whole row again. So it's just like the previous row, but this time we are skipping a chain and make a double crochet in a stitch. I hope you've understood. So for the last double crochet, you're going to chain 1, skip the first chain and make a double crochet into the next chain. Then you will chain 4 again. You will chain 4, turn your work, make other meshes, which is the same as the second row of meshes, which is just the previous row. So do that until the end and I'll show you what to do next. Here you're going to chain 1 and you turn your work, make a single crochet in the chain, that one, it's a little bit high but you can manage. Then again a single crochet in the stitch, single crochet, continue to the next chain, make a single crochet in that next chain, then again in the next stitch you make a single crochet. So you're going to follow this until you're going to continue with it until the very last stitch. So I'll get back to you when you're done. So for the next row you're going to chain 1 and turn your work, then make single crochets in each stitch. Okay, you're going to make a single crochet in one stitch. So you're going to do that until the whole row is finished, and I will get you there. we are now done with outlining our lower part, and now we are going to the upper part to outline it as well. So what you are going to do in the last stitch for this last row, you're going to make two single crochets in that last stitch, which is at the corner. So when you make two, you're going to continue without turning your work. Continue in each stitch, you're going to make a single crochet, but then if you reach the space, you're going to make two single crochets in the space. Then in the stitch which is on top of the double crochet, you're going to make one single crochet. So in the stitch you make one single crochet, and in the space you make two single crochets. And then when you reach the corner, the next corner there, you'll make two single crochets in the corner, and then continue without turning. So you're going to continue with only single crochets to outline your work until you reach the upper part of the bra cups. So in this corner too, which I count as the third corner, we're also going to make two single crochets, then continue with single crochets in each stitch. But then you're going to reach the other tricky part again. You're going to do as I told you at the other first step. You're going to follow the loops, pick two loops and single crochet. Just continue with that until you reach the upper part. So you've reached your fourth corner, and here you're going to make 2 single crochets, 2 single crochets, and make 75 chains long enough for you. So when you make the 75 chains and you're done, I'll tell you what to do next. After chaining 75 long enough for you, you cut your yarn. So for this part, under the first chain, there, under the first chain is where you're going to start up from. Chain 1 just to make it firm. So in that very same corner where you made 2 single crochets, you're going to make more 2 single crochets and go to the next stitch with a single crochet. So you're done with that. Now you're going to the next with a single crochet, then chain 3, you're going to chain 3, 2, 3, and then under that, actually in the very same stitch, you're going to make a slip knot. So in the next, make a single crochet, again in the next make another single crochet, then chain 3, and in the same stitch you're going to slip stitch. So in the next stitch you're going to make a single crochet again, another single crochet, and then make 3 chains, and in the same stitch you make a slip knot. So continue with this even in that, let me call it like a valley, that sharp end making a V, you're going to make the same way. So you're going to continue with this until you reach the other side that you have to chain 75 again, and I'll get you there. reached the 5th corner, and for the 5th corner it's just going to be like for the 4th one. You're going to make 2 single crochets in the corner, in that corner. So after that you'll have to chain again, just like the other side, 75 chains long, enough for you. Or if you've chained more the other side, so you'll have to chain just the same number. Maybe if you've chained something like 90, you'll have to chain also 90 this side. So for my case, I'm chaining up to 75. So when you get done, you're going to cut your yarn and start up from under the chain. So under the chain is where you're going to start up from, the very first chain you made. So you're going to make two single crochets in that same space in the corner. Then you continue with 1 single crochet in each stitch or space remaining the other side, or the loops. So you're going to do that when you reach the next corner, which is going to be the 6th here, which is going to be the 6th, and that is kind of a depression. You're going to make 2, just like you made the other side. You're going to make 2 single crochets in that corner. So I'll show you not to get confused. I'm going to show you what to do in that corner when you reach there. So now you're going to move with single crochets down to that corner. That is the 6th corner I was telling you. And in that space, which seems to be the very middle, you're going to make 2 single crochets in that space where the hook is pointing. That one, you're going to make 2 there. Then you move with with single crochets all over up to that corner, which is the 7th. You make 2 in that corner. So after, you're going to make 1 single crochet in each stitch. Then in the space, you make 2 single crochets in the stitch, 1 single crochet in the space, 2 single crochets. Then in that last corner that I've showed right now, you're going to make only one single crochet, not 2 but 1, and then you chain 1 and you cut your work. That's all. So this is the part that helps to tie from the back. So what you're going to do is that stitch that is under the very first stitch from the top there, when you count 1 to that second stitch from right, the second stitch from right on top, under it you're going to connect your yarn there, and then you push your hook through that very first stitch that is on top of it, that one. Then you get the yarn and you slip stitch, then make it tight for it to be firm enough. So after that, you're going to chain up to 40 chains, long enough where you can even chain more than that, but I love it when it's 40. So you're going to chain 40 and then cut your yarn. So you're just going to do the same for the remaining corners. That is this corner that I've showed you, then the next one, and those other two on the other side. So they're going to be 4 that you're going to put. So that's all for today, and thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, if you like it, give a thumb up and subscribe to my channel. This is just a reminder, please subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out. Every week I upload 2 videos, and that is Monday and Friday, so please don't miss out. So as a little reminder, please check in the description box for what I told you before, the other link for the start of this video, so that you don't mess up. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video.